Yeah, they don't want the world to hear you. Yeah, even better. Yeah. I still can't hear Faisal, guys. I still can't hear Faisal. Please, check the mic.
It's on.
The Faisal's mic is on.
But can you guys hear him outside?
They can't hear him outside.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, it's on.
Because I can't hear him through my headphones.
It's on.
Yeah, it's on, eh? Okay, cool. All right, I think okay, guys. I think we fixed the we fixed it. Yeah, we have. Faisal, how you doing?
Oh, good.
Oh, good, huh?
Yeah. How are you?
I'm good. You know, when Faisal is speaking, if you are not careful, then your lafa too will come. So, Faisal, how are you doing?
I have the lafa.
You don't have lafa. We are the ones with the lafa. Yeah. Anyway, but whereabouts have you been?
All around.
All around everywhere. Huh?
I'm coming from Dar now. So.
Dar es Salaam.
Yeah.
Okay.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, Faisal deserves national honors too.
Yeah.
Yes.
He does.
The guy works with us. He's Arsene Wenger's special assistant.
Man.
Oh, when you walk out of
Let's
Wenger's
talk about
office, once you walk out of
switch
Wenger's
this mic
office
off.
and you take your left,
Yes.
that door,
That's his office.
quick.
In fact, there's an adjoining door between
Yeah, so
Wenger's
Wenger can
office.
even enter his office without coming to the
Listen,
corridor.
me that would the right Okada for you. That be my name too.
Sure, FIFA Faisal.
Joke. Guys, let's go through the squad for the Mexico friendly. Faisal, I'm sure you've had a chance to have a look at it. There's been a late replacement for yes.
Yeah.
There's been a late replacement, of course. Benjamin Asari called in for Asiako. But other than that, I think the rest of the squad, it's a very interesting squad.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there are players there playing for positions and selections for the World Cup, but there are others there that are just there to fill the numbers or what have you. But Faisal, your thoughts on that particular squad and the purpose of that friendly? What do you think the coaches should be thinking here? And if you're a player and you're included in this, like what is the thought process here, like with this friendly? Because the timing is a bit off, right?
Yeah. Look, I'm still questioning why this game was scheduled, but I'm sure they've got their own reasons. But if I'm a player who's invited, obviously, it's a good opportunity to go out there and showcase what I can do and hopefully make the final squad. But the question is, are we really setting them up to succeed? Are we putting them in the best of environments, giving them the best of preparation to attempt or try to make the final squad, or are we just taking them out there and leaving them on their own? Right? If we are going to give opportunities to players to showcase their talent and hopefully make the final squad, let's also put them in the best of environment and the best of preparation so they can showcase their talent. You spoke a lot about preparation for athletes. It's part of this, right? So, yes, it's a good opportunity to showcase what they can do, but I also do think we are giving them the best of environment to showcase what they can do, which for me is a bit of a disappointment. I think so many moments that have passed that we could have given them that opportunity to be at their best so they can showcase their talent. But, what benefits would it bring to them if we just take them to go play but not giving them enough preparation or giving them enough, environment around them for them to prepare. That's where I'm struggling with. But overall, yes, it's a good opportunity to showcase what they can do. I don't know how much our new coaching staff can get from this. I don't know the overall objective of this, but if we look at it from maybe from more of a positive side, I would say it's another opportunity for them to look at some players, but also for the players to try and make the best out of it. So we'll see.
I mean, you've had a chance to have a look at the squad. I from my point of view, there are winners here and there are potential losers here, and I say winners because there is a really big opportunity. In fact, I think the same people that I consider winners of this friendly are the same ones I consider losers, because you could put a foot wrong,
So
that could go
so
outside.
exactly what
Yeah.
I was saying, right?
Yeah.
Maybe there were 4 or 5 that could potentially make it, but are they going to perform in the best of environments? Are they going to perform with the best of players to
Around
to
them,
showcase?
because that
Exactly.
influences how you do.
It's exactly what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
depending on how you look at it, right? We are not setting them up to succeed. We are pretty much setting them up to fail, right? Rather than putting the best we can do so they can showcase themselves, and that's exactly what I was saying. Depending on how you look at it, right? But I think for most of them it would be, okay, you are putting me in an environment with people that may not necessarily bring out the best in me, and that means I may fail and I may lose that opportunity to make the final squad.
Maybe
That's my
if
concern.
you put me in another group, the
Of course.
performances will be different.
Of
That's an
course.
interesting perspective.
Of
No,
course.
yeah, but Vince, this exercise,
Yeah.
and I think we've gone over it. It's, in my opinion, it's needless. It has no real benefits.
Are you sure?
Yeah, and the reason I say that is, this team
Yeah.
is completely new.
Yes.
It's almost like Ghana didn't have a national team anyway, now build the national team.
Yeah.
The starting team would be a mixture of players who have never played together
True.
before at the national level.
True.
And so you cannot really judge, it would be unfair to judge a lot of players under those conditions. Because partnerships and chemistry is now going to be formed. Understanding in midfield partners are going to for attacking. Like, it's so new that it's impossible to really think. If it was there,
But isn't that the whole purpose of, say, team players going for trials? When you go for a trial and they ship you into a
this-
team,
you-
you don't know any of those teammates.
Yeah, but when
you're supposed to. They're looking for certain signs, no?
you don't go for a trial with the national team.
No, this is not. This is a trial to get selected into the national team. That's the point.
But would that give you the best information you need?
No, but that's why I call it trial. It's like put it like that.
Yeah.
bec-
How many days are we talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's is the microphone off?
Yes.
Is it
Is it on?
Yeah, it's gone. Go on.
It's going.
It's on.
Yes.
So let's say it's a trial.
Yeah.
Okay. How many days are we talking about here?
Yeah. How many?
How
test
many
games?
days of preparation before the game?
Okay.
And then after the game, what's next?
How many test games?
You
Right.
go back home.
So is it really a trial?
Trial?
Because trial has a certain longevity to
Of
it.
course.
Extended
You
period,
can-
not
you
just
can play
not
couple
just
of
being
games.
shipped into one game.
Couple of games, couple of positions, couple of instructions, different things, testing
So
your
the
character and
contest is
everything.
not the same. I get it. It's a trial, yes, but the
Yeah.
contest is totally different.
You are setting up the players
You know.
to. I get it. The GFA is an association. This game will bring them some money. This game is more about the money they will make from the friendlies than preparing anybody for anything. Most of these players going here, they are not in any plan to go to the World Cup. They are not in the plans of the GFA, maybe the technical team, to go to the World Cup. But
I
it's-
disagree.
I say
No,
most
I'm
of.
saying not all, the entire team.
Most of the
But
players.
most
of them.
But I also think that the exercise is important for a certain number of players that have been included in this team, and that they will definitely be playing for spots at the World Cup. And what they do in this match, yes, you guys are right about whether or not they can do their best.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that what they do in this game
Yeah.
could also be the determining factor on whether or not they're on the plane to the World Cup.
Which shouldn't be, because I'm guessing, I'm not sure, but I'm guessing you're thinking about players like Majid Ashimeru, Augustin Boache,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
On top of, I think those are the
Yeah,
some.
correct.
Who doesn't know what Majid Ashimeru can offer the Black Stars? He's not a newbie. Augustin Boache has been balling for his club. If you really want to scout him and know what he can offer to your team, you don't need this exercise to know that. So my point is, it's not, and most of the players, they are not going to go to the World Cup anyway. But if we are thinking we need this game to tell us more about Ashimeru or Augustin Boache, then what have we been doing watching them? Ashimeru throughout the time he's played for the Black Stars, and Augustin Boache when he's been playing for Saint Etienne all this time. You know, so I mean, I don't see it.
What about Amuzu P?
Yeah, Amuzu P, they just get in here and pass everybody.
But they say Amuzu P, they say Gremio too are saying some way because they have some critical game.
Yeah, their league format is different. The timing of their league is different. So it's crunch time in the Brazilian league. But we don't care like that too.
Right.
he's the one who wants to play for Ghana. And we've given him an opportunity. So he should go and sort it out with Grêmio.
With his club.
Yeah, as for we don't care like that. If he comes, fine. If he doesn't come, fine. But I've already said my piece about this Mexico game. For me, it's just to show up, and I agree with Sichu. It's just to show up and get some money. But for someone like Augustin Boache, because he's a new coach, it's a clean slate, I think, and I don't even think it's dependent on this game. I generally feel like, I say Otuado.
Like this
Carlos
guy.
Queiroz.
You miss some. You miss some.
I
You miss
miss
some
my
too.
guy.
Oh, Charlie.
Kalito, he has eyes. And he will just not be looking at players who played under Otto. He will be looking at Ghanaian players who are playing in some of the top leagues in the top countries there. So I'm very sure he's already spotted Augustin Boache.
Right.
And he making this squad, I think it's just a sign that maybe he just wants to have that one-on-one contact with him and give him some instructions before the World Cup, because I see Augustin Boache starting at the World Cup.
Especially given that Queiroz is injured.
Yeah.
He seems like a player that is very similar to him.
Have you concluded that Queiroz will not play the World Cup? Because I haven't.
No. But even if he goes, we are thinking that perhaps the fitness
Bro, he
will
won't
still
play. As
be-
of last week, he hasn't even started rehab.
Yeah. And what
it's not too
I want to ask about,
It's
guys, hold on. I want to ask about a few interesting cases in this squad and what that means for them with the World Cup. A couple of weeks ago, nobody would have thought that a player like Prince Amwako of Nordsjælland would be in the conversation to be going to the World Cup. But with this call-up and the form that he has shown and the changes in the coaching setup, do you see a potential that he could gazump his way into this squad? On that right flank, where we have Kamaldeen Suleiman, we have
Pencil.
we have Joseph Pinsel,
We have Semenyo.
you have Semenyo, you
Othman
have Thomas
Bukari.
Branding Asante,
Asante.
potentially, you have Prince Amwako Jr. And I'm thinking only 3 of those players will go to the World Cup from that side, sort of. Do you see a potential that he could be? I've seen people say that one of the most senior members might lose their spot to him. Faisal, I don't know. You've watched him.
Yeah.
10 goals this season, I believe, or how many? Like he's had quite a few goal contributions this
9
season.
or 10.
Do I see an opportunity? Yes. But I also look at it and say this is lack of planning and preparation. We shouldn't be arriving now, right? Looking at all these calculations and math. You shouldn't. But now the national team, you should have your squad depth already. You should know who is coming in the next 5 years, who's coming in the next 10 years, who's coming in the next year or two. A properly well-structured national team program should have that spread out already. You can't tell me the best teams are going there thinking, who do we need to bring? They already know. They know their best players because they've been working with them for many, many years. That for me is a major concern. But yeah, is that an opportunity? Of course it is. But again, are we really setting up the right moment and environment for him to succeed? That's always been my question, and it's something that I would question whoever makes that decision. But it's an opportunity. I get it. But again, I'll still stand where I stand. If he makes it, it's probably going to be by luck. Do we know of him before, or are we just hearing of what he can do now? If that's the case, that means we are late, right? We should have done that many, many years ago. Not now. So if we are arriving now with few weeks to the competition and still talking about this, then I think we failed already.
For me, always what disappoints me a lot with some of these situations and scenarios is the fact that this kid is 19 and he's never played for any of our youth teams. And here we are thinking about
Again,
him potentially going to the World Cup. We've had opportunities attended. Because, I mean,
Where was he
anybody
born?
who was paying attention.
where was he born?
Here.
Okay,
And raised
I know,
here.
but I'm
Anybody
saying
who what I'm saying, anybody who knows Prince has known about him for at least the last 3 years.
Yeah.
Because I remember when I went to interview Tom Vernon a couple of years ago in 2024 at The Right to Dream, this kid was there.
Yeah.
He mentioned to me that he's the next big star that would go to Nordsjælland. At the time, he hadn't even decided, but he said they were working for him to go to Nordsjælland. At the time, he was 17 years old. Since then, we've had multiple under-20 squads, including the one that Ofe took to Morocco only a
He was in the
only
part
a
of
year.
it.
So I'm wondering, why is it? Like, somebody needs to tell me whether there's a problem with getting maybe this right to dream kids into our under 17s and under 20s.
How were we getting them previously?
Yeah, because I don't get it. How is he 19? He's never played for any of
Well,
us.
come out, this brother.
I wouldn't even narrow it to
Come on.
right to dream only, right?
Most of the
Most of them, yes. We know in the country now, right to dream has got probably the, I wouldn't want to say best players, because if you travel around to rural areas, Sunyani and Co, they are really, really top
Of course.
talents. So the bigger question is, do we even know where the next stars are coming?
Yeah. Are we
Who are
selecting
they?
the best, the right players for those young youth teams, our youth national teams?
How do we get them?
Yeah.
What do they need? How do we support their
How do we
development? How do
build
we
them up?
contribute?
Yeah.
This is the question we should be asking.
The
Yeah.
moment you argue, they'll tell you that those who have been called up are also Ghanaians.
No, you see, me, I don't know if Danny K, am I blowing hot here? Like, I don't and this sort of scenario has played out a few times in the last few
Many,
years.
many.
Yes.
And it's very disturbing.
It's always like
When we have a lot of young players, they never play for any of our under. The first time you see them is
Is it
straight to Black
Stars?
Stars.
In the last 4 years, anytime we assemble a national team, none of the players on the pitch have played together at any youth team before.
Yep.
None. But when you go to other countries and when you check their history, most of them would have met
Yeah.
at the youth teams. And,
I
when
feel
we were
like, I feel
successful,
like
that
we
was the
need to
case.
fix this problem because we've had it before where we call Connie Stauffer.
Yeah.
He was 21. We called Kamaldeen when he was 19. All of them had never played for the national team. We called Nyoma when he was 19, straight to Black Stars. And then an opportunity arose for them to go and play for U23.
And we're negotiating with him.
And hold on, Konisdorfer refused to go. Kamaldeen refused to go. Nyoma went and created chaos.
Yes.
Because big boy, when we bought Blasters, so
Yeah,
you
Leon
understand
boy.
me? Today, my boy, coach mean to me,
Yeah. We're negotiating with him now and the minutes where he will play, how
You
the
see-
training.
at youth level. Yeah.
Look,
And
Ghana
part
is
of
some
the
wild country.
Yeah, and part of the
Ghana
reason
debut.
is because it should have started there. It's the point.
Create a culture.
You understand? Because you know Prince Amwako, there's like the kid is literally a kid coming up, and we just shoot him straight to Black Stars. He goes there. Yeah, he's talented, no problem. But all these other years that he was coming up, how
could
come
have
we
been,
never
yeah.
like try to
said,
get him into
I don't know what has changed, but just take a look at the 2017 team that went to India.
yeah.
There were about 3 or 4 boys from Wafa. There were about 5 boys from Right to Dream
From Right to
Academy.
Dream, true.
But times have changed where it's really difficult to actually understand why. I don't know whether if the academies are no longer willing to release their teams to come and play for the junior national teams. But you look at it and it is very difficult for you to actually appreciate why we no longer have these
Mufta,
talents available.
The thing you are saying, Mufta, you know why, but you don't want to. You see, that's what I hate about people like Mufta. You see, you know why.
You're asking
That
the
is why
question, you
when-
already have the,
When
the
they
answer.
release these names for the youth teams, they are unable to attach their clubs. Because if they attach the Fento, you know why. You're on social media asking why they are sitting there behind the man, do your body. You can't, somebody should explain to me. Somebody should explain to me.
Call them out.
You Fento, you know. Mufta, you know. Me, I'm not a journalist, so I can't say. Nobody can read me. The truth is, these days, there are too many people who own clubs who are the administrators in important positions at the FE. And the job they do, and this thing is a very natural thing. Oh. The job they do is to find footballers and sell them. One of the
That's
best
their
profiles,
full-time
that is
business.
their job.
Yeah.
One of the best profiles any player at any level can get is to have their name attached to any national team at any level.
Yeah.
So if I have a player in my club and that's the job I do, and I work at I'm powerful at the FA, it makes sense for me to push my assets onto the national team because it's easier to sell that way. It's easier for them to get some papers in certain country because in certain country you must have played for your national team at any level to even get into that country. So what has happened now is that we have too many people owning football clubs, holding important positions at administrative level. So they use their influence to push their businesses, and their business is to sell players. That one, it is natural.
So you are saying if you bring an RTD player, there's nothing there for you.
That's not what is there for them. Or a Tom Lennon. So that is the system that has been created, and I can understand why if I had a club and I was at the FA. Look, for every club, there's this one or 2 players that everybody in the club thinks that these are the guys. No matter how bad they are when you measure them against the standard. In that club, when they train and play their game, that's the baller. If I'm the owner of the team and I'm at the FA and I have a certain level of influence, I am working hard to get them my player on national team because he's the best asset I have. If I sell that player in the future for 2 million, I can do a lot of things for myself and for the club as well. So if you're not able to prune these excesses and these people who hold the administrative powers at the FA and still own the clubs, friends, will go this way. Because at the end of the day, they can never choose players for the youth teams without their personal interest, which is their day-to-day job. And then I don't know why this, I don't know why this.
Mufti, is it not also true that a lot of these people at the FA who also own these clubs actually own clubs that produce very good players? And so I'll give you an example. When was the last time you saw a youth team lineup of Ghana, so under 17, under 20, and you looked at the list and you saw a Kotoko player or a Hatsufuk player? When was the last time?
Even that one we have always struggled for many, many years. And I'll go back to my conversation with Salah Tete.
So the ones who are doing the football well
are those who are getting it.
Yes.
No, fair,
So for
fair.
instance,
the question is not fair.
No.
The question is, truly, when we pick U17, U20, most of the players are not Premier League players.
Yes.
By the time you reach Premier League, then you grow small.
All right. When I say Hatsufuk and Kotoko, I didn't
You mean
Premier
their youth?
League.
Their
Yes,
youth?
yes,
Okay,
well,
their
of
youth
course.
team like
Juvenile football, what are they doing?
Okay, I get it.
Okay,
I get
so
it.
that's what I was talking
Okay,
about.
so let's look at it the way.
Explain.
Let's look at it this way. Even in previous years, we recorded in 2013 or so, there were about 4 Tema youth players that went to the Under-20 World Cup in Turkey.
In 2013.
In 2013.
The Atama batch.
Yes. There was Moses Oje as well.
Who was the management committee chairman then?
2013, that was George Free.
Okay.
Who was the chairman? He was the chairman of the Under-20 team. If I'm
The
not mistaken.
Tema youth owner was Palmer,
Yes, Palmer.
who was GFA.
Accountant and
Finance guy.
Yeah, he was the accountant.
Uh,
I don't know. So the chairman of the
The assistant.
accounts committee of the FA. Yeah.
You go on.
So
you mean
even in previous
he put
years,
5 of his players there?
not necessarily. So the point is that coaches had a say. So for instance, Salah Tete was telling me that he took the Under-20 team to go and play a friendly match against Inter Allies.
Yeah.
That was where he saw Clifford Abuaji for the first time.
Yes.
Immediately he drafted the boy to the team. The guy went to the tournament, was the 3rd best player of that tournament.
Yes.
That was a coach who had a say in the team he wanted to use. Same, Salah Tete told me how he left a spot waiting for Jonathan Mensah to come and fill that spot because he believed he was a player who could get the job done for him because he had that power. These days, coaches no longer have power to dictate which player comes to the national team.
They don't?
They no longer have that power.
So when they name and publish a squad, it's not a
And
good that.
in fact,
So why do they go around the country scouting?
that has always been the problem.
They were in your hometown recently, were they not? Looking for talent.
I'm saying
So
that
why go to Mufta's hometown only to come for someone to name the squad?
There's
for you?
always that
Moses,
one or two people who are exceptional.
Pakwesi Febin went across the country, assembled players to play for Ghana's Under-17 team, and later they moved on to the Under-20 side. All the players he went across the country and brought, he decided who he wanted to do what.
Okay.
But we have now gotten to a point where we are told, okay, this RFA bring 2 best players. You put 2 bring, and in fact,
You
recently,
see now Muftar is talking. Muftar was saying
in
he
fact-
doesn't know why. As I talk finish now, Muftar started. Now you're telling me.
we recall the Lion Kingston situation where some RFA took his players to from Lion Kingston said, no, these boys are not good to him. It became an issue.
Yeah.
And we all know some of these things. That is why we are at a point where the likes of Wafa, Right to Dream Academy and Co. are struggling to get played. We
You
call
answered your
Prosper
own
and Co.
question, Muftar.
Yes. Exactly.
You just answered your own question.
That's Sijo opened the floodgates. Sijo opened the floodgates. So I'm not saying it.
We have a problem.
It's a
We have
massive
a problem.
problem.
You see, the issue that you mentioned about national teams, like having a national team attached to a player's name, coming with a lot of gravitas and exposure. When there is a certain trend, and that trend has been established, that the national team players that we have, our youth level, are not picked on merit. And scouts come, they take them, it doesn't work out. They start to ignore, and they start to not put prominence into that because of the country's reputation. So that's why you notice a lot of the scouts that are coming now, they don't come to go and watch our under-17s. They come and go and watch Division 2. They go and watch Division 3.
True.
So most of the talents that we have in this country are now coming from those divisions. And we have a recent history of even a lot of youth team players coming from those clubs, never representing and playing for a Ghana Premier League club, going abroad straight away, doing well, and coming straight back into Black Stars. So even our clubs have a problem. Listen to this. Did you know that if Hearts of Oak in a season register all their players and they're playing that Ghana Premier League season, and they have even a massive injury crisis, Hearts of Oak are not able to go to Aroras and bring a player to come and play for the first team. Because the system doesn't allow it. Because Aroras is registered as a different entity, as a different club. Instead of it being just a feeder club of Hearts of Oak. So when they want to promote a player, they have to sign the player from Aroras, which is a really stupid system.
Very stupid.
Who does that? So you notice that, and that's just ridiculous. So the FA comes up with this idea that you have to play a certain number of under 20 or is it under 18 players in the full season, and that. So we don't have and you look.
And they promise to even give the clubs
and
money.
You look at and this point I'm making is linked to why our Ghana Premier League is where it is. That the most talented players now don't even make it to the Ghana Premier League because a lot of even the Ghana Premier League clubs don't have a proper system and a proper pathway for players to come through even their own youth systems. So it's a big problem. So I think we need to have a relook at our entire football ecosystem. I think the FA is trying to kill off that system and establish a clear pathway that your youth team must be directly attached to the first team club, so that if an injury, Kotoko had the same issue. You couldn't go to the junior team to drafting a player unless you registered them that season as a Kotoko player.
But I think recently Karim Zito did something.
No, Kotoko was the first one to change. Kotoko they've changed that now. They've succeeded in doing that. Hearts of Oak are working on their own. And I just found that whole thing very backward.
Finch, here is one thing that we also need to discuss. The Premier League, right? As it stands now, it's only, let's say, one league. There's no reserve. There's no youth. So if the clubs register players and their second teams or youth teams are playing a different league, then it becomes difficult to move these players up and down. Right. So it goes back to what you were saying. It's a whole system that needs restructuring. You need a top league, but you also need a reserve league or youth league. This way, it's one club registration, and then the players can move up and down whenever they see fit. That needs to happen.
It needs to happen. No, it really needs to happen. And
but in 2017, Fenchu, the FA said they were going to roll out that each club must have a junior team, and that they were going to create reserve leagues for those junior teams. What became of that plan in 2017?
And Faisal, to be fair, this is what you do. This is your job across the African continent.
Absolutely.
Advising FAs on how to build systems that ensure smooth transitions.
Have you advised our FA?
Yes, I'm sure he has.
So Faisal, if you did travel, you know they shy.
You
know the shy say if the Ghanaian way, you won't by the advice people.
When you go into the office and some of your colleagues look at you, don't they wonder why?
I go like this.
You cover your face.
Because it doesn't make sense.
I show my blue passport, not my green one.
Ghana.
You know, and to be fair, it's not the only issue we have with our football structure, our football ecosystem. We need to look. It's unbelievable the way and honestly, look, I think the whole system needs a
The truth of the
reboot.
matter is, those who matter are comfortable with this. You see, the problem is, those who matter are comfortable with this system
This one serves them well.
because he doesn't want to spend on. And truth is, running a youth system is very expensive.
Yeah.
Because out of that channel, you're probably going to get 1 or 2 every 3 years who will be successful, who will make it to the top. Most of them will be Sankwas. But that is what the job comes with. That is the terrain. And
What
most
is
of them
Sankwas?
know that Charlie, to go and get small boys 15, get them ready until 17, 18, 3 years, 18, then I'm feeding them, they are playing, they are getting injured, I'm working. They don't want it.
You promote one, you sell one,
You promote
and the rest
yes.
of them.
So they like this one. That's me. It's just my Premier League team.
But who is going to prepare them for the Premier League then? If they
Oh,
don't
they
do
have
it?
it. That's why you have Division 2, Division. Yeah, so some
But
Division
it's
3
the same
teams.
thing. They still have to come.
And that's the problem.
The Division 3 team.
No.
The Division 3 person who doesn't want to come to Premier because doesn't want to travel. You see the problem?
No,
Eh?
it's not them.
No.
The issue is this.
See.
The Division 3 and 2 teams will not even sell. Their best players are now the ones going directly
Oh, some of them.
abroad.
Oh, some of them too are coming to Premier. The ones that will Sonny will come to Premier. We see it every day. But they too, they are not interested in coming to Premier because from where they sit, they like to play in their zone. They don't want to travel around the country playing. No. They want to get some small club and get some, as you say, some scouts will come pick players directly, and then Hassan Kotoko will pick the ones that are left. So it's serving the people in charge well. So we need a radical system that will shake it up, like the way I shook Muftar for him to start confessing.
Another issue with our football that I think needs to be fixed. I don't know how, but the FA needs to fix it. Is the way the Premier League and our division, our lower divisions are structured.
Yeah.
The Premier League is a national league, which means that everybody moves around everywhere.
Yeah.
The lower leagues are zonal.
zoned.
So if a team that is in zone A, zone 1A, which is Upper West region,
That's
the north is in Upper West region, zone 1A. That is, let's say, Division 1, zone 1A. They play qualifiers for Premier League. They gain promotion to the Premier League. This is a WA-based team. They come to the Premier League. It's national. It's no longer zonal. So they will go to Bechem, they will go to
Obuasi.
Accra, they will go to Obuasi, they will go travel all around the country. When they're playing Zone 1A, they only play teams in the northern sector of the country. Good. Now, that team in the Premier League is acquired by a businessman who lives in Accra. And he decides that this team that is in Wano, I want to move them to Accra. So he acquires the team to Mist All Stars, brings them to Accra, renames them Sitio Stars. They are playing in the Premier League. First season goes well. Second season goes well. Third season, they are relegated to Division 1 again.
Yeah.
That team was training at Legon. They were playing at Legon. They were sleeping at Legon, camping at Legon. They've been relegated to Division 1 again. Do you know what happens?
They have to go and compete
Go
in
back.
Division 1
They
in the
have
original zone.
to ship the team back to
The original zone.
the original zone. And I think that's why that's how a lot of teams die.
Yeah.
Because that businessman who moved the team to Accra is an Accra person. He lives here. The team has been relegated. He should carry the team to Wa and go and stay there and build a team in Wa, where he has no facilities, where he has nothing, no attachment whatsoever. He has moved the team from the environment. When the team goes back to Wa, nobody even recognizes the team anymore.
The team will
It's
close
not.
down.
There's no structure. There's no foundation. There's no clubhouse. There's nothing. There is no physical attachment to the area any longer. Because when he moved the team to Accra, he didn't move the buildings. He moved everything else here, and everything else in the Wa was sold to another person. Because so. Now, what do you think what's the decision the person will make?
You lose interest.
That team
abandon,
completely dies. And that is how we lost a team like Legon Cities.
It's a club licensing issue. And
You understand? Because the moment Legon Cities were relegated,
There's no interest in going to.
That's why All Stars.
They were actually trying to buy a new team.
They bought a new team.
And listen to what happened. The moment Legon Cities were the moment Legon Cities were relegated, you are telling me that Legon Cities, who successfully acquired All Stars while they were in the Premier League, changed the name to Legon Cities, will go and now be based in Y and play teams among the northern sector of Ghana, and they are based in Y and call themselves Legon Cities in Y.
They can rename. That's for rename. It's allowed.
No, so it's a system thing where the FA
a lot of things need to change.
No, we need to rip it apart and then start. We have to be humble enough to accept that what we are doing is not working. So we need to. But those who have to do that change, I didn't hear more there.
All right, Sicho and Faisal, I'll come back to you guys to wrap up on some Champions League stuff and also the boxing match at Real Madrid. That caused all kinds of chaos yesterday. This is Game Plan 99.7 Joy FM. I hope you're enjoying the conversation. Do stay with us. There's more ahead.
Ghana, are you ready for the Hits FM Rep Your Jersey 2026? This year, we are swagging it up to the next level. Wear your favorite team jersey and meet us at the VSC Social Center from 10 a.m. to late. Mark the date, Saturday, 30th May 2026, and get ready for lots of fun, entertainment, and amazing prizes to be won starting from 10 a.m. till the climax of the UEFA Champions League finale match in grand style. Experience the sports quiz, soccer tournament, the Champions League anthem competition, and many more. The Hits FM Rep Your Jersey 2026 is powered by Joy Sports with support from Joy Prime, Joy News, Joy FM, and MyJoyOnline.com, and proudly sponsored by TCL. Inspire greatness, Star Oil, still quality and affordable fuel for all. Soccer Bet, your best bet for sports betting. Didi Shito, Efie DNA, Twisco chocolate food drink, power your dream. Ashesi University, educated the next generation of ethical and entrepreneurial leadership for Africa. Franco Trading Enterprise, Seal, Phone Papa Pafie, DSTV, feel every moment.
All right, welcome back. This is Game Plan on 99.7 Joy FM. It's 47 minutes after 2 p.m. Somebody says, Fence, the Zambia game at Baba Yara that you mentioned earlier, was it the match Kevin Prince Boateng ran around the stadium with the Ghana flag? Yes, that was the game. He said the pitch was too hard for him, so he couldn't play. So,
but no, he did it against Egypt too. Egypt.
The Egypt one, he played the away game.
No, yes. So, no, this was the Zambia one that he ran with the flag.
Was it the Egypt
home?
It
was the Egypt home.
I see.
It was Egypt home.
I see. Okay.
Then the away, so they called him up for that 2 games.
Yeah.
He didn't play here in Ghana. Then he came off the bench away from home. That game was 1-1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway.
2-1.
Okay. All right. All right. So anyway, so that was that. He did come for the Egypt game. I think that was the one he ran around there.
Yeah.
Okay. That was before K-Cup.
He had not played for us, then he came back to do Allo because he wanted to some way touch emotional points. The Ghanaians will feel out. The girls for the stadium. Hey!
My only question to you guys is that does the sports ministry preview these events, these achievements that are they preview to these achievements that you mentioned? After someone should come and tell me it's a privilege, a sacrifice decision makers intentionally turn a blind eye to. With this hustle being narrated, is it a crime to represent Ghana as a sports person aside the Black Stars? All right, interesting question. I have another one here. Hi, Fen. As for the issues of sports in Ghana, it's like using a net trap to trap a cow. No coordination and vision at the national level, only ad hoc steps by state actors. Kudos to the athletes for pushing hard in those bad circumstances at the recent event. We must stop treating sports as an afterthought when it is job creation to a multi-million-dollar industry. Citizen Sika in the University of Ghana also sent us this particular message. As I indicated, the African Senior Athletics Championships is starting on Tuesday, May 12 at the University of Ghana Stadium. Evening sessions start from 3 p.m. or 3:30 p.m. So go there and support the team. Rep your jersey on May 30. I will be at the Aviation Social Center to bring you the Champions League final. Now we know which 2 teams will be competing, and that will be Arsenal up against Paris Saint-Germain. The interesting thing you must know is that this season Champions League final will kick off at 4 p.m. That is rare, very rare. So you blink, you miss. If you think that it's going to be a 7 p.m. game and you don't come early, champion. And there's good news about Mother's Day at the Achimota Retail Center. If you're thinking of how to make this Mother's Day truly special, Achimota Retail Center is bringing you something exciting with the My Super Mom celebration. On May 10th, you can treat your mom to a VIP experience. That's this Sunday. Yes, a full day out just for her with as little as 1,000 Ghana cedis. She will enjoy shopping, dining, pampering, photo sessions, amazing rewards, all in one place. So instead of the usual, why not give mom a completely new experience, okay? You can contact Linda now on 0247 471 907 0247 471 907 for your VIP experience package, gift voucher, and you're off to give your super mom a great experience. Head to the Achimota Retail Center, get involved, and make this May all about the people who matter the most. Achimota Retail Center, vibes and okay? And also, there is still time for you to join tomorrow's Mommy's Day Out, Joy FM's Mommy's Day Out. We are going to the Crown Forest Reserve Resort. Amazing experiences there. Call Lois now. Take your mother with you on 059 170 9309 059 170 9309 and join the trip of a lifetime. To book your mother or your wife on that trip, it's only 800 Ghana cedis. Double, of course, is 1,500 Ghana cedis. So it's really, really cheap. So you better do that today and give your mom an amazing experience. And let me also tell you about the 10th CEO Summit. Okay, the 10th Ghana CEO Summit. That's happening at 5 p.m. on the 28th of May from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the prestigious Kempinski Hotel, Gold Coast City. This year's edition is themed Accelerating Ghana's Economic Transformation, Driving Bold Reforms Through Leadership, Technology, and Industrialization from Vision to Action. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, of course, will be the special guest of honor, and he will officially launch the CEO Government Compact 2026. All right, be part of the conversation shaping Ghana's economic future. You can register now on www.ghanaceosummit.com or call 054 639 1970. That 054 639 1970. Or you can email info@ghanaceosummit.com. All right, I've got some more messages here. I think this one is from a good friend. Hold on, let me see. Okay, so this is a very interesting message from my good friend Seidu Adamu. I just knew it was him because Seidu loves talking regulations. One of the most knowledgeable people in that aspect, in that area, in this country for sure. He says the structure of the Ghana football needs complete realignment from ownership through operations to sporting. This is why the club licensing regulations needs a review. I wrote to the GFA that in future they should not allow any club to be moved more than 50 miles away from its original home if it is acquired by new owners. He's right. He has a point. So acquisitions can happen, but you can't take a club from Y and bring it to Accra. Like, well, are you trying to build completely new fans? Or?
That is why we don't have fans going to the stadium, because when
it's all part.
Yeah, it's all part of it. Like football is culture. Like people.
Because if Y stayed in Y,
people identify with it.
Yeah, you know. Look, I think they should make the provision in such a way that I think Seidu is right. 50 miles, I feel like they should insist that the club must stay where it is. If you're really interested in investing, then invest there. Yeah. Because there's a reason the club came up, right? It's serving a community. Yeah. So if you remove it from that community, what have you done?
Yeah. You just killed
because the community support is probably what brought it to the level where you deem it good enough to invest in it. Why are you taking it away from there?
Again, Finn, there's a reason why in Europe, if you want to buy a club or invest in a club, the stuff you have to go through.
Stringent.
I'm telling you. They check all these.
Yeah.
It needs to be done.
Yeah. And this will also fix the issue of like people investing and then after 2 years,
Yeah.
it happened last season because they punished his club for their fans' involvement in killing another club supporter. After the investigations and they arrested him and started questioning me, he says,
He
"Leave
won't
it
play again.
on." This season, another investor has come and got the team promoted to the Ghana Premier League. After 1 or 2 poor officiating or whatever, he says, "Bobium," and he just says that I won't play again. Like, what kind of ownership? I don't know. What kind of ownership investigation or background checks went into? Like, what kind of
Enforcement,
sustainable measures did we put in place for this, for this kind of situations?
I think it's more of an enforcement thing, Fent. I'm sure the rules and the laws and the policies are there, but are we properly enforcing it? And at the moment, I'll tell you the truth, there is no game because the home team is also the referee. So the away team, you've got nothing, no say, no input at all, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, there is no game. It's one-sided. Home team is the same as the referee. Who do you think is going to win?
Okay, interesting. Yeah. Stanley says that he has gone to AI to check, and AI overview says that it's the Zambia game that Prince Boateng ran around. So,
AI wasn't in the stadium. Where was AI? I was in the stadium. I saw Prince. Maybe both games. But as for the Egypt game, he did it. Was AI in the stadium?
Anyway, guys, quick one. Charlie, Danike, they said there was some boxing match that landed Fede Valverde in the Real Madrid dressing room. But now Valverde released a long statement. He says that Sicho is the official correspondent there. Valverde says that. Valverde says that he was not punched. Like, there was argument, then he fell on the table and hit his head on
the voice of the teammates startled him so much he just fell.
Yeah, so you can out of anger you can
throw yourself. Normally after training, the floor can be slippery because there's a lot of fluid, sweat, water, juice.
Yes.
So he one time we say he has thought he slips small way, which is fine.
Yeah,
which is fine.
No, but you know what?
Every time we know day, that one won't go into the story. The story long past the time he left.
Yes, it's true.
Yeah.
Anyway, Arsenal, Danike, congratulations, Arsenal.
That's an Arsenal fan here.
I can see him. It's Faisal. Congrats, Arsenal in the Champions League final.
Say far
On my birthday.
Last week was your birthday.
No, 30th May.
The Champions League final.
On my birthday.
Well,
Clear.
the whole world, it be mere bones with our.
Yeah. Well, Faisal, I can tell you this: the game is at 4 p.m.
Yeah.
So we have the whole day to eat. Don't worry.
Yeah.
So that whatever happens, yeah, all day.
I'm fine.
I'll see you in Budapest. Okay. Look for me in the stadium.
Charlie, Faisal, find me ticket. If you find me ticket, I'll go.
You're already against us. Why should I find you ticket?
No. I will set on this program. If you find me a ticket for the Champions League final, I'll go there and ask Nigeria.
We don't need your
watch
support.
from here. You go watch from.
You don't need your support. You know you're bad luck.
Chelsea fan.
Apart from the Premier League title, so Ebefa.
Say I'm far.
Oh, Ebefa.
It's clear.
Say far.
Ebefa.
West Ham.
Say far.
Fence.
Yes.
West Ham can't be relegated. It won't feel. You remember? I mean, panic. Like, can you imagine West Ham, part of the founders of the Premier League, going to relegation?
I can't. You know the level of investment and the level of bilateral relationship Nigeria has with Qatar.
And Declan Rice said something very profound. When Chelsea gave up on me, it was West Ham that helped me. He now has to pay back. So
the people say that. Benedict said that. Me too. I'm correct. It was the Zambia game. So you see to stop arguing.
I'm not saying it wasn't the Zambia. I'm saying in the Egypt game too, he did it. So,
are you sure?
Trent.
Sami Batel has a message. It says bread and butter leak. The same reason clubs cannot afford accommodation, security detail, and decent travel arrangements is the same reason they won't invest in the youth teams. Poor pitches and match venues. They should rebrand and abandon at the first. They rebrand and abandon at the first sign of trouble. That's true. It's true. As for we need time, for this whole structure thing. And Faisal has been around the world helping other FAs implement restructuring and all these things around their football. So we'll find another time and have a conversation just
talk
on
about it, yeah.
just
Go into
on
that.
systems, building sustainable systems
Yes.
on the football.
Yeah, that day I'll listen from. I don't
was-
want any distraction. I'll listen from
Let's
the
talk
house.
about it.
It
Yeah.
was very necessary. All right. So I think it's settled. It was definitely the Zambia game. He came with a knee injury and he ran around. He said they should excuse him. He
Danny,
won't play.
my good friend Akula
Yeah.
just has to tell you that you won't go to heaven after that
Yeah.
new comment.
Yeah. The Egypt game at home, he wasn't called. He wasn't called at all. So that I've
so
just
how
seen
did he play away
I've
from
just
home?
no, they called him for the away game.
What I say? It was the same week.
Was it the
part
same
of
week?
It was the same week. We played here and then we went away
Two
to
games,
play. It
Zambia,
was two
Egypt.
games. It was a playoff. That those two games were. It was a playoff, home and away. And we qualified after we beat them. He came for both, but he didn't play in Ghana. I was there. AI wasn't there.
I don't remember the Zambia game. I think it was definitely that one.
The Zambia game too, I remember.
Yeah. Anyway, Faisal, we
Yeah.
appreciate your time. Thank you so much for
Always a
coming.
pleasure.
Yeah. Sicho, thank you.
See.
Danike. And thank you to Mufti as well. Benedict Owusu used to be on this seat a lot. I don't know, the man is chasing PhD somewhere. Seydou Adamu too.
he's
Thank
doing
you
a
guys
list.
for always contributing to the program. We appreciate you guys. Sami
Shots.
Bartels, big shouts to you as well. And anyone that always listens. Well, the day we will have a conversation about the structure, we have to have Seydou, have Sami Bartels, have Faisal. Okay? And Katino on building systems. Anyway, my name is Fentio Tahiru Fentio. I hope you enjoyed the show. Up next is BBC World Service. And then after that, of course,